Hi everybody, how you doing today? Today's video is going to be about God versus fear and why we fear things that we don't understand. I know in the beginning of my spiritual journey or awakening, when I started meditating and doing my third eye, I noticed that there was fear in some of these field trips, as I call them. And believe it or not, but when you love God and you absolutely care about Him, and you have your faith and believing in God, fear will not be able to touch you. I mean, a loud explosion or a boom, it may startle you, but you're going to stay more centered because once you become enlightened, loved by God, that fear falls away. It just disappears. Being afraid of fear is something that is internal, something that's been locked in your mind. And through your Creator, He will help you remove that fear from you. The reason I'm not fearful about what's happening in the world, what's going on, is because I know that God walks right beside me, and His very, very powerful angels are also walking beside me. They keep me safe. They let me know, hey, you shouldn't really go in there because it's kind of dark, and it's like a heads up. How do you remove yourself from fear? You can't remove 100% away from fear because there will be times when your physical body could be in danger. But I trust my angels to make sure that I never get put into that situation where I would have to worry about my body. And remember, that body's just a rental unit that you brought down here with you. That's right. You're a very beautiful spirit of light. And a lot of things are going on in the world. So I thought this would be a good topic to bring up about God versus fear. If you're aligned with God, and even the ones that aren't aligned with God, but still love God. I mean, to some degree, somewhere inside of themselves, they know God. They know He exists. And that only happens when you open the heart, when you find compassion, love, uh, you know, empathy. All those things draw you closer to God. And when I see something enormously or upsetting, I don't get upset because there are people on the planet that are going to experience not good things because they're unwilling to change. And I would say it's part of the darkness, but it is part of their soul. I mean, you have to open that door to your heart, and then the fear will dissipate. It won't all go away, but it will be much, much less. And your angels will always walk you most of the time out of fear. They will not let you put yourself in danger, not knowing there's danger ahead of you. That's where your angels come in. I'm always trying to tell you that less is better. And right now in these times, less is better. That means your materialistic world. Now, you don't have to quit doing anything, but you should downsize a little bit. The ones that are wealthy and, if their hearts are open, uh, they may not have to downsize because they got enough wealth to carry them across wherever they're going. But the world is going to get extensively tougher for those who do not have their heart open. God's going to give everybody a chance. And some will never take that chance to open their hearts. They will continue being dark, evil, and so forth. And that's okay. Let them go their way. Because they're heading in a direction that you don't want to go. So fear, I can tell you that when I first started learning about fear, it was the bumblebees and the wasps that taught me fear. I'd walked into a field and I walked into these yellow flowers. And next thing you know, there's 100 wasps around me. Now that shook me up. But the more I stood there and the more I sent love out, they just flew right by me like I wasn't even there, or I was just one of the family. You know, go, stay, whatever. And bumblebees did the same thing. I've had them land on me, my head, my arms, my hands, and they're just saying hi. If you've got good energy. Now, if you're dark, I don't know what happens then. But the better your energy, the less fear you're going to have. And once you start believing that you are much more than that human body that you're in, that's when the magic starts happening. You won't be so fearful of what's going on in the world because you know you are much more than that body by far. For the ones that don't have the heart open, they will experience fear because they don't understand that they're more than who they truly are. Remember, God is, he's finding the wheat versus the chaff. Be part of the wheat, and fear will not overcome you. It's when fear overcomes you is when you start panicking. Finding a balance between the light and the dark, the fear and your creator. That's what holds you in balance. So that you can help others understand. Because many will not have this ability to hold balance. Finding balance is key to fear. Because fear is just something that you think about. Don't think about the fear. Just think about whatever's happened and how to help others calm themselves down. But over the years, my angels have definitely taught me a lot about fear. Some of my dreams were about fear, helping me overcome this fear. That's why meditation is so important, because you learn so much more about you. And I'm going to have another tutorial about meditation, but the next one will be an advanced one. And finding your meditation state, that teaches you to be calm. Meditation teaches you to be calm no matter what's going around you, outside of you. And it also helps you to be calm in this third dimension. When I got on here, I didn't even know how I was going to explain God versus fear. But I have some very loving angels and guides that are helping me right now. But your heart door has got to be open. Start opening this heart door of yours so that you can find balance between God and fear. Once you find a balance, then you can manage the situation. You can help others calm down. You can help people. Even your presence will calm people down. Because when your heart door swings open and you're more loving and compassionate, empathic, uh, you know, um, that aura of yours touches those other people around you and beyond to calm down. Because we know fear is always trying to make your heart desperate, your mind desperate. The fear of losing somebody. It's really not fear. It's what will you do after they're gone. God can help you in that situation. He has me, and I love him every day. I tell him that every morning before I go to bed to make sure that he knows how much I love him and thank him for all the beautiful things that he brings to me. Helps me get through as he's helping me right now with this video. He's helping me get through. I used to be anxious and nervous when I did videos, but now I don't do that because doing the videos and finding, and once you get that balance, I'm not here to please the whole world. I'm only here to help those who are willing to listen. You know, you can't help the whole world, but your prayers do help. God brings you those to teach you lessons or to learn lessons. So always remember that. This is a school, the toughest school in the whole multiverse. What'd you say in the universe? It is the toughest. When you go home, and this is not your home, this is a school to teach, to find your true balance in life and beyond. But fear becomes fear when you are not balanced. So meditating will help you get through that fear. It will help calm you so that you just don't freak out when whatever happens. So meditation is the way to defeating fear. This is a short video on God versus fear. And it's a tough subject because you could sit there and say, well, Jeff, when I hear an explosion, well, that's an explosion. That's yes, but you should be able to recover immediately to balance. And the only way you're going to do that is through meditation. Meditation helps calm your heart, put that balance in between God and that fear. Calmness gets you through the situation you're in. So thank you. Have a beautiful day. And I will do another video on this God versus fear because there is other parts. When you begin to open your third eye, see on the other side of the veil, I will talk about this. But for now, we need to meditate so that you can find balance between God and that fear. That is the way you find it. And beside the fear, it will also help you in any situation you get into. That's what meditation does. And you need to get out in nature so that you can get away from all the noise and the clutter of the third dimension. So you can find some peace, calmness, especially if you're going through some traumatic things. This is where you will find your answers, out in nature. It will just come to you and you'll find it because there isn't nobody telling you what you should do. Listen to what your soul is telling you. That is the best track record you could have. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. I thank you for all hanging in there. And May you have a gorgeous and beautiful day. And I love all of you. Thank you.